So the other thing that you should also take note when you are trying to buy land in Zimbabwe is the issue to do with zoning and regulations of that area. In some places, there are people who are now selling land that is meant for schools. Hello guys, welcome back to yet another exciting video. So today I just want to share with you my story on how I almost got scammed trying to buy land in Harare. And I'm sure this video is going to help one or two people who are trying to purchase land in Harare, or maybe not only in Harare, or even in any other city around Zimbabwe or Africa at large. So guys, fasten your seatbelts, relax and enjoy this video. So my story goes like this. We all know that there are actually certain things in life that we can't avoid, especially when we start a family. You have to have your own space where kids may feel free. This is exactly what we wanted to do, just to have our kids being free and doing whatever that they feel like doing. So the land hunting now started. We started looking for where we can get land, getting quotations from different land developers, from different companies. And so we approached many companies in Zimbabwe. And to us, the process seemed so smooth, the process seemed so genuine and so real. So as Africans, or maybe let me say as Zimbabweans, we have got this tendency of wanting to surprise people. But in this case, we almost got surprised ourselves. So we just want, I don't know if it's ego or it's pride, I don't know. But we just want people to say, did you see that they bought a car? They bought a stand. Now they've built a very big house. This is exactly what we wanted to do. But that's one mistake that you should never do, especially when you want to buy land. So there's this other land baron. He seemed so genuine and he told us he had a piece of land that was available. If you are interested, just come and we go for site viewing. And we were so interested, guys, because the stand was going for around $3,000 US. And as compared to other land developers that we had communicated with, their stands were ranging from 20,000 just for 200 square meters. So we said, this one, at least it's affordable considering the location, because the agent was saying it's in Waterfalls. Hey guys, Waterfalls, a $1,000 US or a 2,000 or even a 3,000 US stand. Hey Mika, we didn't want to consult anyone. We just wanted to do our own things, you know. So we talked to the agent, or maybe it's a land baron, and he said, let's go to the site. We went there, and the main reason why we then concluded that this was a scam, it's because there are no stands that are being serviced that site. No roads, no sewer, nothing, no electricity. I think people there who have electricity now, they are just doing their own means, like using solar, of which most people nowadays, they are doing that because electricity at times is a challenge, load shedding, and I'm sure it's there in any other African country. But when it comes to roads, people, they actually create their own roads using their own vehicles to mark that there's a road that leads to this house and there's a road that then leads to the shops, of which there's one main road that connects from Seke Road to the shops. And I think it was Upfurira, I'm not sure where exactly it goes, but there's a road. 2 years back, if I'm not mistaken, that's the very same area that had issues with Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa, when certain land barons were selling land in a property that belonged to Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa, and now that land is now fenced, but there's this land that is still open that people are being sold to. When I had a chance to visit the place just to do this story so that I can share it with you, I actually heard rumors that those stands, they are also at the risk of being demolished. The area also belongs to a certain company. I don't know how far true. And someone was actually telling me that people are just being allocated land, and someone will just come to you and say, this land belongs to me, I'm going to sell you this stand. then after the transaction you won't even see that person again. And there's this other guy who told me that his father bought a stand, and after doing all the transactions, another person also came and said this piece of land belongs to me. And another person also came, up until they had to report the case to the police. And the one who had many witnesses who said, this person bought this place for sure, he was the one who had to stay there. And the stands there, they range, I think, around 300 square meters, 400 square meters, depending with the deal that you might have done with the person who sells the stand to you.
Mudharawangu zvakaitika, mudharawangu wakatenga stand kunoku retreat kunoku. Vatenga stand, tisu tatotanga kutotsveta cabin pastand ipapapo. Tatsveta cabin, takaona umwe munhu akauya akati pastand pangu. Ati pastand pangu, obva tatombonisana naye, obva azobva munhu iyeye. Papa uya umwe futizve wechi2, obva ati ndipangu chimbosanai kuti kugara. Toatambogara. Papa azoya umwe wechi4, obva ati ndipangu. Saka nyaya yacho azotopera kumapurisa manje. Toatatosiyana nazvo. Ndozvekunokuretreat.
Ati imwe mamatotenga stand yacho?
Stand tatatotenga kana.
Makadzoserwa mari yamama bata?
Hatina kana kudzosewa kana sendi pa.
And the other thing that I've also noticed, like I was saying, the stands there, they are not even serviced. There is nothing there. There's nothing even to talk about. So people from that side, at the meantime, they are making use of protected walls. They are making use of septic tanks. And for electricity, I'm sure I told you that they are doing means of using solar. And also the other thing that I also noticed is that they are trying by all means not to buy or not to build big houses. Yes, you might find 1 or 2 individuals who are building big houses, but many of those, they are just building 2-roomed houses. If it's big enough, maybe around 3-roomed houses, because they are fearing that anytime those houses will be demolished. So from all this that I'm saying, I have noticed that especially when you are trying to purchase land, please try and find people who knows the procedures of purchasing land. Don't surprise people, because you will definitely be surprised yourself. And this is exactly what we almost went through. But fortunately, when we got to the site, we just said, no, this can't be. There should be other ways of buying a stand. And also say to ourselves, yes, at times the land in Harare or the land in Zimbabwe is a bit expensive, but at times buying from those expensive but genuine land developers is better, other than just giving away 2,000, 3,000 or even 4,000 US dollars to anyone. Nowadays, getting a stand that is below 10,000 in Harare, at times now it's a bit risky. In most cases, they are not genuine. It's better to buy from those who are a bit expensive but giving you a genuine deal. The thing, guys, is I was the one who was doing all the inquiries, communicating with these companies, these land developers, and this guy, of course. And there's something that we noticed even when I was communicating with him. He was trying to rush the process. I don't know why, but I had to find it later that this was all because he wanted to scam us. But at times we don't see it just because we've been that bubble. You could see, I want to own a property. He was trying to rush us to do the transaction first before we see the stand. We just told him politely that we can't do that before we see the stand. But he was saying, if you send me the money, I will give you a discount. That is 2,000 US dollars. You buy the stand for 2,000 and you discount us only 1,000, of which we felt that it was a significant amount. 1,000, it was much, and only buying a stand for 2,000, it was a bargain for us. We almost gave in, but then my husband said, no, we can't do that. We have to go and see the stand first. Oh guys, you said okay, it's fine, I'll go and show you. And the stand is like he said, it's in Waterfalls. So he drove us to the site, and the route that he used, guys, we thought tapinda machena. He used that route. Yekuita pass through waterfalls, the new waterfalls, that's Mainway Meadows, and go to the other area that is Waterfalls Retreat. And from the research that I had done, I have noticed that they're actually very beautiful houses that are being built that side. People are living large, and there are actually other popular people who are staying that side. But when we got to the site, we then noticed that this was all a scam. The main reason why we then noticed that this was a scam is because the land, the properties there, they are not being developed at all. And one important thing that I think everyone should take note of also is to work with a reputable agent. Ask for referrals from family and friends who might have gone through the same process of buying land. Because if you want to do it all yourself, like you just want to surprise people like what we wanted to do, at times you cry yourself. So it's best you ask your friends. And I think the other thing that almost costed us is rushing the process. So like I said, please guys, it's important not to rush. Don't rush to invest. Don't rush to do anything. Don't rush to do transactions at all. See the property first. See if it's worth the monies that you will be charged. And if you're not so sure about that property, it's good for you to do your own research before doing any transactions. That's why I also say that it's good to visit the site, see it for yourself, do your own research. Ask even those who are staying in that neighborhood, what do they think about the properties there? Because there are actually people who might have been scammed before you. The other thing that is also important is not to send money to anyone that you don't know, especially when you are trying to buy land. It's better you ask for the offices for those people and go there in person. If you're not in Zimbabwe, or if you're not in Harare, or if you're not on the ground, it's better to send someone that you trust to go and see what's on the ground first before any transactions. Because now people, they've got a tendency of trying to rush the process and saying, just send me the money, just send me the money, instilling fear in people to say that if you don't pay maybe in the time frames that they give, that stand will be gone. At times it's better for that stand to be gone, but what are the proper procedures that needs to be done? Go on the ground, see it for yourself. So the other thing that we should also do when trying to buy land in Harare or in Zimbabwe is to inspect the area first before investing. This is actually important, because from this story of mine, if we had not inspected, if we had not gone to the site to see for ourselves, we would not have even noticed that the stands that we are about to be sold, they were not even serviced. But from the conversations that we had with him over the phone, he was telling us these stands, they are serviced, but on the ground there was no servicing at all, no roads, nothing. Seek professional guidance. By all means, guys, this is a must. And where do we get this professional guidance? Maybe from our lawyers, from our real estate agents, and also from property experts. I'm sure these people will help you because they actually understand the real estate language other than what we do. And there are certain jargons that we won't even understand, even no matter how learned you are. At times you won't understand the jargon, but only those who are in the industry might be able to help us, because this is the other thing that is making people to cry in Harare or in Zimbabwe. So the other thing that you should also take note when you are trying to buy land in Zimbabwe is the issue to do with zoning and regulations of that area. Because one thing that I've also noticed that is that In some places, there are people who are now selling land that is meant for schools, land that is meant for building shops, or land that is meant for playing ground for children. And in most cases, if you build your house there are very chances of you having your property to be demolished. And this is the most thing that is now common in Harare, that people, just because they are desperate to build in Harare, they end up buying land that is meant for these facilities. So guys, I think this is all that we had for today, sharing with you my story on how I almost got scammed trying to buy land, and things that I've learned during that process of trying to buy land, and maybe things that will also help you, especially when you are trying to buy land in Harare or in Zimbabwe. And the other most important thing, guys, never trust anyone when it comes to issues to do with land, because even someone that you think you trust or someone that you think you know very well might also scam you. So just do your due diligence when it comes to this. And so, like always, I'll be visiting sites for some reputable companies and share the information with you, no matter how big the stand is, from low density stands to high density stands, because you never know. There are people who are also looking for low density, and there are people who are also looking for the high density. So we are going to be sharing all that information, and any other videos that we'll be doing, guys, please just support me by liking, sharing, and commenting on the videos, because that commenting or that liking is the only thing that will make us reach where we want to go. Thank you so much, guys. Up until next time, cheers.